Hello everyone, welcome to the video. It's very warm today in the UK at 36 degrees Celsius, very warm, and we're expecting increased temperatures over the coming days, so it's going to become a very warm week. Anyway, I just want to do a new video where I don't think a lot of information has been given out, and I think it will be important for me to discuss what's going on. So the DJI Osmo Pocket 4 has been released. Basically it has 17 stops of dynamic range, 103 GB worth of storage, increased focusing, and it is for the main part an upgraded version of the Osmo Pocket 3. But I wouldn't recommend people buying it as an if you've already got the Osmo Pocket 3, because it's just a slight upgrade. What everyone is waiting for is the Osmo Pocket 4P or Pro that has been released in China. Now, the information that I'm going to give to you, ladies and gentlemen, is you can buy it now. You can pre-order it. I believe it's available between the 3rd and 23rd of September for shipping. So where did I find this information? Well, if you go online and you search for AliExpress, which is a reseller of various products that gets exported from China to various countries, whether it be the UK, America, or even send it to my girlfriend in Thailand. So I have a bit of experience buying off AliExpress. I've bought fans, batteries, all sorts of things. So at present we have some screenshots that I've got off my phone, which I'll be putting up on screen. So basically we have a price of £721.19 for basically the standard package. There is a creative bundle, and that would retail for about £817.59. Please do your conversions or yourself to figure out what that would be in dollars. Now, I was wondering if it was actually possible to pre-order it for it to be shipped to the UK, and it is available to go to the UK. The only thing that wasn't available at the moment I'm recording this, which is obviously the 23rd of June 2026, was the creative bundle. So obviously the creative bundle, you have your 2 cases, you have your DJI P device, you've got your tripod, you've got the attachment. You don't get the extended battery, so that's the one thing that DJI has admitted from the Osmo Pocket 4 and P version is this. This is the extended battery that you get. I think it's about 900 milliamps. It's not a lot of storage in terms of battery power, but gives you about 60%. In terms of the Osmo Pocket 4, in terms of its improvements, I believe the battery life has been enhanced from, I think it's 1200 milliamps to 1500 milliamps. So there's not a huge difference there. But you can buy these third-party batteries off eBay and Amazon, like relatively cheap, between £30 and £50, to extend that battery life, but obviously it increases the size. Going back to the creative package, you've basically got obviously your microphone, which is the microphone 3 instead of the microphone 2 that DJI supply. Obviously you get the standard accessories to go with the microphone, such as the magnet and various other devices and things to go with it, such as wrist attachments, wrist ties, batteries, cables, the light that originally was shown on the Osmo Pocket 4. However, so ladies and gentlemen, if you want to pre-order this now, go to AliExpress. I will put the links in the description box. Go and check it out to make your order. I'm not sure if it is available for delivery to the United States. However, if you have a friend that's living in a different country outside the United States, or you can find someone that can do it for a fee, they should be able to post it to the USA. So you'll still be able to obtain this, it just won't be warranted in the United States. So what are we talking about here? We're talking about grey imports. So if you don't know what a grey import is, basically if you buy a camera or a lens that's literally geared for a certain region, such as China or Hong Kong or Australia, United States, Europe, you can actually buy these in different regions. For example, if you buy them from Hong Kong, which a lot of the products in the grey import market are based, and some places in China as well, just above Hong Kong, generally on the coastline. Some are in obviously Shanghai. You'll be able to obtain some of these products a lot cheaper. Get the company to post it to you. They normally say they'll give you some sort of international warranty, but I wouldn't always put much faith in the international warranty, because normally you have to ship it back to the country of origin, which costs you a lot of money. Get them to repair it. You may have to argue, and then eventually they'll return it, hopefully fixed. That's what a grey import is. Basically, the warranty is not valid in your country, but it is valid in the country you purchased it from. But a lot of these retailers that are out there, there's many of them, various named ones, I think like Panama's and various other ones, will normally say we will give you double the normal warranty that the manufacturer would give you, and basically we'll cover that repair if it needs repairing. But in most cases I think people just don't bother because of the cost of posting it, and you know, I don't think many people have been able to claim on these warranties. I do remember someone reaching out to me on my YouTube channel who had a Panasonic 400mm lens, right, and they tried to claim on the warranty and they were having no joy with the company, and they basically, I think they sent it back unrepaired. So they tried going to Panasonic in Germany, I think, and approached them and said, can you help us repair this? And they said, no, we're not going to touch it because it's a grey import from another region. In other companies, I know Nikon won't touch grey imports, but let me just come back to my channel, which is based about Canon cameras. Canon will actually do repairs, and so will Sigma. And I'm not sure about Tamron, they may or may not. Generally, what the companies will say is, you bought this from another region, we're not prepared to repair it under any sort of warranty or grace that we would give you. However, we are more than happy to repair it at cost. So I'll give you an example. I bought a 500mm f4.5 DG lens from America off eBay, and I was using a Mark III SLR camera, a Canon one, and there was an error message coming up, and basically there was an issue. So I approached Sigma and said, listen, I think it would B&H, the store. Basically I said, listen, I've got a problem with this lens, and they said, return it back to us and we'll refund you. Because I think they would have to go to Sigma in the US to get it repaired. So I said to them, is there any chance I could send it to Sigma UK, find out how much they would charge for the repair, rather than me send it back and you send me a refund for $1,000, because I got it really cheap, you know, a cheap price. And there's any chance if I send it to Sigma in the UK and they agree to repair it at cost, would you pay for the cost? And they said yes, we will. So instead of me returning that lens all the way back to America and getting a refund and then trying to find the same lens again at some point, I contacted Sigma UK, told them about the situation, and they said, right, we will disassemble the lens, repair the connections, clean the optics, all for you, get a full clean of the lens. And when I mean cleaning a lens, right, you take it apart, you take all of the glass out, you clean it. I did go to a shop once and told them, can you clean my lens? And they said, oh, we'll clean it for you for free. And all they did was clean the front element and the back element, and that were it. Well, if you're going to clean the lens, you have to disassemble the whole lens and clean all the elements. Anyway, Sigma said, for £250, we will disassemble the lens, put new rear connections on it, we will clean it for you for 250 quid, which I thought was a bargain. So I went to B&H in America, said, listen, Sigma have said it's going to cost this amount of money. B&H said, fine, send us a copy of the receipt, an invoice of what it would cost, and we will refund you the £250. And that's what they did. Fantastic. So instead of me having to send a grey import lens, right, all the way back to America, because obviously it's from the American market to the UK, they basically repaired the lens. So just a little story there for you. So let's go back to the Osmo Pocket 4. In terms of improvements, you've got 103 gigabyte storage, and you can also put your SD cards in there as well. 17 stops of dynamic range, a slightly better battery, and improved autofocus. Those are the main upgrades versus the Osmo Pocket 3. Now the Osmo Pocket 4 P or Pro has extra benefits. So basically you get a dual lens system. So you have a telephoto lens, which is ×3, and your standard, I believe it's 20mm lens, and I believe there's a wide angle adapter in the Creative Bundle that reduces it from 20mm to 14mm wide, so it's even wider. But the 3x telephoto lens is what interests me, because when I went to Thailand, I wanted to film outside of the window and I wanted to zoom out. However, I couldn't, because you only have that 2x lossless zoom capability. Now there is another way around this, or working around it, and that's to go 4K, get it onto your computer for video editing, crop in 4x, and you've got a bit of a zoom. If you see, I just use HD video. Many people will just do 4K video, so for them that's not an option. But if you do HD video, think in your head, right, if I want to crop in 4x, put it into 4K mode. Other benefits we're going to have is a increased frames per second, slow motion. I believe on the Osmo Pocket P, on the telephoto lens, it's 200 frames per second you can do in slow motion, and on the standard 20mm lens you can do 240 frames per second. So those are extra things you don't get on the Osmo Pocket 3, obviously. So for me, what I've decided to do is sell my Osmo Pocket 3. Made about 300 quid for it, and I've been saving up money, putting money into my PayPal account until I've got enough money to pay for it. So I've almost saved up enough, so hopefully when it's released officially in the UK, I'll be able to get a hold of the Creative Bundle. However, I know lots of you guys out there are desperate to get hold of this camera and want to get it really soon. So go over to AliExpress. Obviously I've been showing you various screenshots while I'm talking. Hopefully you found this video informative. Hopefully that it's quite exciting for you to be able to pre-order this from AliExpress. Obviously it's available in China at the moment, and I suspect there's a limited number of available units for people to purchase. So as time goes on, obviously DJI will be doing more of it. Now there is an alternative if you're in the US called the Extra. I believe it's another sub-name category under the DJI brand. Basically it's like a cloned version of it. However, it's probably not going to be quite as good, not as official, and there may be a few problems. One other thing I haven't mentioned is in the creative package you'll be able to get, there's like a remote control with a tiny screen. So many people have talked about the Luma, the 360 Luma, and compared it, and obviously you can take the screen off and look at yourself while filming and basically walk around. However, DJI's come at this a different way. They've decided, well, instead of being able to take the LCD screen off, and to be honest, that is a bit of a concern, having something removable, because you could lose it or someone could pinch it. And what it is a little device. Obviously you can see a picture of it in one of these pictures I'm putting up, where you've got a little handheld device that doubles as a remote control. So that's something really nice that DJI have worked on. Obviously they've taken notice of what Luma are doing with the 360 version of it. So hopefully you found this a little bit informative. I know I rambled on a little bit, but hopefully it's interesting to you. So go into the description box. Don't worry, I'm not getting any sort of kickback from this, but if you want to throw me a thanks, leave a comment in the comments box, just watch the video all the way through, that would be nice, and share this with as many people as you can. If you've got Facebook, share it with your friends, share it with your work colleagues, and let's just get this video out there. Hopefully you found it informative, because I know lots of you guys will want to know how to buy the Osmo Pocket 4P. You've been waiting for it. Now, as for you guys in America, just go onto AliExpress and see if you can actually buy it. I can actually buy it from the UK at present and place the order. I don't know if you can in America, because obviously DJI has been banned in the United States because it's too closely linked to the CCP government in China, and they basically have blocked a lot of DJI stuff. So, but nevertheless, that's a separate issue. The main issue here is I think people want to buy it and get hold of it. Now, a lot of you guys in America where you can't actually buy it, I suspect you'll be able to purchase it off eBay, Amazon at some point maybe, internationally. So you may be able to buy it from the UK, for example, and someone can post it to you. Obviously it'll take a lot longer for you to get hold of it, but that's a possibility. Or obviously go on some of these Chinese sellers, resellers, grey market sellers, and purchase it through there. But obviously you won't be able to register it or probably get the warranty. So thanks for watching. Hope this video was informative, and I just wanted to give you guys some information on how to get hold of it, because I know a lot of you would like to order it, me included. This is what I've been looking for online for ages, and it's the first verifiable option to place an order for it that I've found so far. So go to AliExpress, place your order, and hopefully this video helped you. See you later. Bye bye.